Okay, so I think are we live or not? Let's quickly check.
Right. Yeah, just to see how the other half lives. Move over. I'm emailing the firm I just found our next.
Okay, so yeah, we are live actually on both Twitter and hopefully on YouTube as well. Yeah. Now I am going to actually change the open window because yeah, that's good. So welcome to our first book reading session. Starting with learn C++ by example. So yeah, I have actually been looking for quite a while for this book reading session. I want to start. I want to get better in learning like writing C++ code because for a long time now I have majorly contributed and written code mostly in Python, heavily in Python, and after that comes TypeScript, and that is only because I have tried to build SaaS type applications, Next.js application, end to end. Yeah. Besides that, okay, wait a minute. I am going to change this music because it's too much relaxing for me. I need something like Friday night margin call music. Yes, let's go. By the way, Margin Call is a great movie which I want to see, and I hope it works. So yeah.
Everyone's going out, man. You should come on.
No, no, I'm cool. Thanks.
Okay, well, if you change your mind, just give me a call.
I will.
Come.
Where are you guys going?
The Grand.
I will call you when I'm done.
All right. Hey, the Grands are still.
Okay, I think not this. It's causing a problem. Maybe it's better that let's just go with a radio setup. Like I think Claude or maybe Lofi that is also there. Uh, Okay, music for thinking and building. Yeah, that's good. Let's go with that. So hopefully, I think the volume is not too low, but anyways, let me check quickly. So hopefully, okay, I think it is. I think the volume is not too low, but no, no, it's good. It's good. So let's start. I have already like mostly read around preface and yeah, I have already read this all stuff. Moving forward, I'm going to read this. Okay, wait, this is kind of like a high setup for me. Can I make it a low? Yeah, this is good. So, the idea is that by reading and doing some more stuff, we will get like, okay, so planning ahead. We will read a little and then code a little and then write some of the things which I personally feel like that okay, I should jot this down. And as you can see, since I'm on Obsidian, so I am going to close this. Yeah, okay. I already I will make notes on the fly. I will categorize them, sort them later. So yeah, starting with preface. Little zoom out, little zoom out. Okay, yeah. Hmm. First encountered C++ when asked to write a C++ parser to emulate code for an embedded device on a PC back in 1990s. only knew C at the time, so this was a baptism by fire. C++ was predominantly just C with classes. Many earlier versions of C++ were like those. Over time, learned more and fell in love with the language. That's good. That's good. As a long-standing member of ACCU. Okay, what is ACCU here? Let me quickly check this. Conference. Establish annual ACCU professionalism in programming. Okay, 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 okay. Wait, this is something new. So these guys do what basically? That is the more important question. And I feel like people will miss out a lot. So let's go with the entire screen. Yeah. Meanwhile, I am going to like close, no, not close this, but I will keep it at this. And for this, I will clip it, I will open this thing, yeah, right here. So yeah, I think I am also going to share that what we are doing right now. It's like, yeah, okay. Okay, so wait a minute. Something went wrong. Okay, wow. We are trying to stream and there is no proper availability. What the hell is going on here? Welcome to X. Okay. This is something serious now. I hope nothing has bad happened. Let me just quickly reload. Fresh. I am not satisfied with this. Let's see. Okay, wait. Let me quickly do this. What the hell has happened? Why is it like this? Let me just close this thing quickly. Okay, hopefully this works. Let me just try it. Yeah, now it works. Okay, okay. Crisis averted. Let me just quickly. Okay, where is the?
Most developers
Oh, no. This is not what we want. This is what we want. Okay, just give me a couple of minutes. We are getting sidetracked here. This should not happen. We should be prepared for such scenarios. But hey, why? How can we be prepared? It was like just went to share and this happened. But anyways, I think that's all. Now I am going to do this. Okay, yeah. Let's go. Finally, we have something. So ACCU professionalism in programming. Oh Lord, 90. Okay, no, this was opened by mistake. ACCU wiki. Let's just do this. ACCU, previously known as Association of C and C++ User, is a non-profit user group of people interested in writing software development and dedicated to raising the standard of computer programming. Great. Okay. It was formed in 1987 by Martin Houston. I think we can note this all stuff down. Yeah. ACCU. Yeah, that's all. I think I'm going to add a template to this. What is the template? It is learning, obviously. But why is it showing template code? We will check that later out. I will change this later. Okay. Yeah, this is actually a template kind of thing. But anyways, let's talk about ACCU or what other name is there? Association of C and C++ user. Okay, I think what I can do is I can switch this with this, so that is much more better. I can close this thing. I can close. No, no. That's all. That's all. Association of. Okay, let's just get rid of all of this. Maybe I think what we can do is remove the tag and make it empty. So ACCU Association of C and C++ users. And okay, and organization created by our good friend Martin Houston in 1987. I hope this is correct. Yeah, okay. And is this in non-profit organization of user people interested in software development and dedicated to raising the standard of software. Is it software or yeah, sorry, computer programming? There is a difference here. We'll make sure to keep it. Now, our author here, who is okay. Wait. Let me quickly do this. So, let me quickly also search for the other people as well. By the way, I'm using Brave cause why not? Okay, we have a GitHub URL. Matt Goldbolt, compiler, explorer, and JSP creator, ex Google, ex Games, now trading chap. Okay, okay, this is cool. Like this should be the end goal and of the open source. United Kingdoms, Bradford. Let's go. Why don't we add this to our notes here? Yeah, can do is uh, let's create another node. Book session. Wait, this should be good and category organized. So, what is the best optimal way? Because I will be having many much more series. So, let me just quickly think about this. It will be book session, but how? That is the main question. What I can add meanwhile is the published date, which is 08 2000, sorry, 2022 and 2026. Yes, this is the correct. This is the published date. So okay, good. Yeah, I know. Another thing which I can add is the main note, which will be the book. Or in this case, what I can do is it's it's a book, but do I have it? I don't have anything here which says. Okay, wait. What about tags? Book. Okay, yes, this is what I wanted to do. Functional, Rust, books, CPP. Okay, wait. Books, CPP. What does that mean? Books. Okay, this is not to be shown. This is not to be shown. This is not to be shown. Okay, let's keep at it. Book session, learning. Yeah, I can just do this. Learning C plus. Okay, deep learning. There are other learning. No, sorry. This is learn C plus plus. What am I doing? Okay, yes. So we have learned C plus plus. Author. Our author is Frances. Frances Buontempo. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Frances Buontempo. Let me just add this here quickly. Yeah, okay. Correct correct spelling, Buontempo. Great. That is cool. Right now we have enough context, so I am also going to add one more thing here, and that is line. Generally, I am going to add a book here. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Learning about the C++ language through examples. Uh, Author is a part of it. Is she a part of? Yes, as a long-standing member of UCCU, which is we have noted it here. Yeah, let's go. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Uh, let's continue moving forward. Volunteer to become an editor for its Overload magazine, and which means I have to write an editorial every other month, as well as encourage people to write and call at feedback from review team. Overload has a mix of articles from newcomers and seasonal professionals covering C++ in depth and a broader programming topic. So as the editor, I need to try keep up to another point I should note out is this. I am going to be keep switching a lot around here and there, so I cannot expect more distractions to this. So I'm going to keep this here. Sorry, wait, no, this is not what I intended to do. I am going to move myself from here. Yeah, this is cool. Okay, let's continue forward. Let me just quickly. Okay, hi. Oh, Arish Singh. Hi, how are you? So there's already someone who has joined from the Twitch end of the side. Didn't expect somebody to join from the Twitch end, but yeah, let's go. Okay, so when did the session? I think I am going to close this here. And change this thing here a little. How are you, Arish? I hope everything is going good with you. Okay, so let's see. C++ is a I need to try and keep up with more broader programming topics, and this is a challenge, and I still have lots to learn. I have used C++ for professional projects, and you can find many of my talks on YouTube. I have used C++ professionally, predominantly in investment banks and other financial institutions. I have known other languages too, but often as an intermediary between the quants teams writing C++ library and the front-end teams using them. I do understand a lot of under the hood mathematics that rocket scientists use in their coding. To be honest, work with two rocket scientists, but you can do clever things with C++. That is what we also strive and aim to do. Important part is understanding what you are doing and knowing how to test your code. Good thing open source does teaches you that if you are willing to learn and if you are open to learn. It is an evolving language, so I will never be up to date with all the changes. That is true. C++ has evolved too much out of the learning scope, where we have custom strings implementation as well for couple of objectives to be achieved. Like C++ is so vastly spread. It is physically impossible for a individual developer to gather knowledge and store all that knowledge in his brain. However, being aware of what I don't know means I can pick specific parts to practice. In this book, I share various small projects designed to help you learn a variety of newer C++ features. Let's go. And approaches. Over the years, I have met many people who used to know C++ but stepped away to use another language for a while, and they were overwhelmed by the number of new features and approaches when they considered picking up C++ again. It's disheartening to spend time learning something and then find it difficult to reacquaint yourself oneself. I understand this feeling because I face this with mathematics a lot. I used to be pretty good, but after some time, I felt like I have miss like I have fell down that learning curve or the interesting part era. I don't. I used to enjoy mathematics a lot, but now I have totally abandoned it. However, that is about to change as I have planned and will be doing mathematics again because I have some another goals in mind to achieve as well. This book does not cover everything that has changed from C plus plus 11 onward. As I wrote this book, C plus plus 23 was finalized, so I have introduced a few of the newest features at the time of writing. Okay, C plus plus will continue to change, but having a small few projects to play with means you can use them for practice as the language continues to evolve. Okay, great. For instance, this book uses various containers from std vector to std unordered map and more. Okay, containers have been a fundamental part of C++ for a long time, but recent change make them easier to use. The book covers a variety of new features without trying reference book for the whole to be a reference book for the whole language. Okay, yeah, that's cool. The about this book section gives further detail. Acknowledgement. Book has been a fun and challenging to write. Learn loads as I've tried to explain as various aspects of C++. Frequently ask others for ideas and help while aiming to find simple but correct ways to describe the language. Thanks to everyone who argued with me to ensure I was correct. I would like to thank Matt Godbold for writing a foreword for me. I am delighted you enjoyed reading the book. At Manning, I'd like to thank. Okay, this is Matt Godbold who built the compiler. Okay, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. Really cool. Okay, besides that, what do we have? Matt Godbold has been programming from 2011, almost 15 years. That's that is what I also aspire. and aim to do, like writing code for many years, getting a lot of sub sponsors and more better network connections as well. So yeah. Okay, I hope. Okay, let me just quickly take a peek. Yeah, there is no new chat update. Let's see. Yeah, okay, yeah. Moving on. Wait. Your suggestion helped me write. Okay. C++ changed a lot over the last decade. Some people used to know the language well, might not be put off by how many new things we have to learn. It doesn't have to be so hard, but getting up to speed will make it easier to keep track as it continues to change and evolve. ये बुक फोकस करती है स्मॉल प्रोजेक्ट्स पर, अ, वो भी सी प्लस प्लस के कई तरह के पार्ट्स को लेकर, rather than an exposition of entire language. ठीक है, तो basically they are trying to cover a lot of concepts by using a lot of various parts of C++. Okay, great. That is cool. That is very cool. For a minute there, I was quite shocked. The radio FM gave some strange noise. We will try out some ideas and learn language features on the journey rather than plow through each part of the language syntax and standard libraries using one-line examples. So yeah, this is a problem which which I currently face. I have tried starting C++ and I'm always stuck on some of the logical like simple basic stuff, operators and all that stuff. Like I do understand it. I can code it, but I haven't, and I don't even uh, try to go forward than that. So now will be a good time to force myself and make this change happen. Okay, so first chapter is just an introduction, but chapter 2 till the last will create small projects and games to help you learn. That is cool enough. I am going to set up. Okay, so maybe what I can do is for you people, uh, try and see if only if I can do this. I can also maybe try doing this thing. Okay, yeah. So what I have just done basically is, let me just quickly change stuff. Okay, this is good. Let me just quickly add another screen capture preview, add a new screen window. This is see, this is the problem. Oh yeah, no, this is not the problem. This is the problem. I have to do fit to screen, then I have to just move it so it shows here like this, and then all I have to do is just zoom it out a little so that we can just barely see it. Wait. Yeah, this is good enough. This is very good enough. uh, do I make it in project? No. Maybe mkdir. What shall I name this? Since we are going by the book, I am going to just do it. Oh God, it is very tough having the situation making area. But anyways, okay, wait. Let me just quickly check on the stream that this view that I have set up is properly visible and showing up nicely. Okay, yes, it is showing up nicely. So That is cool. Let me just quickly lock everything down. And where the hell am I? Where have I gone? Okay, yeah, there I am. That's cool. Do I need to change myself? I think I should. I am going to move myself here so that we can see better text, and also small it a little. So I hope, yeah, this is working good. There is no new another chat or going on, but yeah, this is good. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is basically do mkdir miscellaneous stuff, cd miscellaneous. Then we will go and create another directory here, which will be learn C++ by example. So now let's go. That is cool. That is cool. Now I can just do this, and we have a proper setup connected. This is where we will be writing our code. And if anyone wondering where is the VS Code, it has been like technically in the next the update I did for Omarchi. Uh, I took the time to basically don't did not update or even download it, because why not go all uh what do you say at this point, like why don't we just go all manual or analog system. So I have, yeah, going to this. Now this is the same setup. Continue reading. We will create projects and games to help us learn, and we might even also have fun. That is cool. That is cool. Who doesn't like fun when we are learning? Who should read this book ideally? If you have used C++ before but have failed to keep up with the recent changes, the book is for you. And if you used to be an expert and your knowledge has gone hazy, which I don't think we fall in this category, you want to get back up to speed, this book will help you. If you have never been an expert and have previously used C++ and want to learn more, and particularly new approaches and features, this book will also be valuable. We partially fall into this category because we have used C++, but problem is, sorry, I have used C++, but I have never done anything major on that besides writing for and those kind of loop, and that was even around like February 2025. I have never written that much C++ code. Book is organized a roadmap. The book contains 9 chapters. First provide an introduction, and the remaining provide focus on a puzzle or a game to code. Some cases we make a simplified version first and then improve it. In all cases, we focus on one or more main features of C++ by learn a variety of other ideas and approaches on way. Chapter 1 is background on the C++, why it is relevant and useful, and introduction some recent changes. Chapter 2 uses vector to create Pascal triangle. It covers move semantics and using format we can do ranges and lambdas. Already getting excited. Chapter 3 uses random numbers to make okay, let me just quickly do check one thing. Is it really like okay, these are 9 chapter. So I think I have got another thing in mind. I'm going to create notes by the chapter, then link them up again. But that will be redundant, not productive enough, because each book will contain any chapter. So, hmm. Anyways, we will figure this out later. Third has random numbers to make a number guessing game, also including optional function and handling user input. Four uses the time points and duration from chrono and write a countdown, which will also meet user literals and learn about ratio. The fifth chapter covers writing classes to build a deck of cards and play the higher or lower card game, which is very interesting. I really am looking forward to this. What else we have right now? Um, we have scoped enums and array and a three-way comparison operator and a standard variant. Chapter 6 has classes again, but make some blobs race out of a paper bag, this time revising inheritance and detailing. The new special member function is available in C++. In addition, it covers the rule of zero, type rates, and smart pointers. So, chapter 6 is a very turning point, looks like a turning point. 7 uses map and multi-map to build a game of answer smash. These containers are not new, but we see how to use pair and tuple with structure bindings, allowing us to query the maps neatly. That is an optimized chapter which I am looking forward to. Furthermore, we can also read data from a file. Chapter 8 uses unordered map and describe hash to build a mind reading machine, and also at least a program that guesses if you will pick heads or tails based on previous outcomes. It also shows how to turn the mind reading machine into a coroutine. Okay. Chapter 8 is very interesting. Chapter 9 round things out by going into detail on parameter packs and visit, showing us how to make a slot machine game. Chapter encourages you to practice more with various algorithm format and lambdas. Start by reading first chapter where you can get your compiler ready and then get your chosen compiler ready. You can read the chapters in any order. However, they build on each other to some extent, so each creates a self-contained project when a feature is used again. So you author is telling that you can like mess around and go with random chapters sections at your own choice, but it would be better that we build upon the knowledge of each chapter of the previous chapter and go in the order which is laid out with to us in this. About the code book contains many examples of source code both in number listing and nine format text. In both cases, source code is formatted in a fixed bit font. No. This is not something I wish to know. Okay, so we can also clone this entire code. Uh, Let me just quickly check the code. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3. Okay. We can get. There is not like the code is not that much difficult to kind. It's cool enough. Uh, Really looking forward to this. So, is anyone else? Hmm. Purchase of include free access to live book, manning online reading platform, live book exclusive discussion features, and attached comments to book globally. Yeah, not much. Frances has many years of C++ experience. She has worked as programmer at various companies, mostly in London with a focus on finance. She enjoys testing and deleting code. I'm not sure what my focus will be with C++, but I think I'm mostly going to write kernel. I'm learning C++ to write and understand complex algorithms, pure assembly and low-level concepts, and just to get better and contribute more in this field. Enjoys testing and deleting code and tries to keep on learning, and has given talks on C++ which we can find on YouTube. She is the editor of ACCU Overload. Overload. I was reading it wrong. I thought it was Overload. Overload is a magazine. Okay, so I think FOMO, fear of missing out. Hmm. When, I hope that one day we can be as when we look back, we can be as great as some of our current generation peers and great minds about I am actually interested in this about the cover illustration. Figure on the cover of is Femme de Lemnos or Woman of Lemnos Island, taken from a collection by Jacques Grasset de Saint-Sauveur, published in 1788. By the way, I hope I have pronounced everything correctly. If not, please correct me, sir. Anyone who is watching or finds out this later. Each illustration is finely drawn and colored by hand. In those days, it was easy to identify where people lived and what their trade or station in life was just by their dress. It celebrates the inventiveness and initiative of computer business with book covers based on rich diversity of regional cultures centuries ago, brought back to life by pictures from collections such as this one. Actually, this is very great. I am going to add this like uh, wait, I'm going to just keep this information here. However, I am going to found I like search about this. Okay, I think it's best we do not. Um, Forgot that. Okay, so introduction to chapter one. Uh, Chapter one covers. Hey, can I do this? If I do this, then what will happen to the stream window? I am. Hmm. Okay, so it did not go all the way. Why is that? Okay, because the entire video itself is like that, so maybe that's the reason. If I just go and do this. Okay. I wonder what can happen if I do this and then do this and I do this and then I go with this and I copy this and I paste this here, but instead of that I do this here and okay, wait, let me just quickly switch over to this. What will happen now? That is the main. Okay, that is great. I just discovered how I did the other thing, which was basically the scene change. So I finally discovered how I did that. But then the next question is when I am on this, I can. Okay, so when we are on this, yeah, this is our reading session time, and when we have to code, we can just quickly do this. And will it work or not? That is the question here. No, this will not, because why? I have to switch to the scene, then only will it work. So, hmm, I think maybe it's better that I don't do this because this is getting confusing, a lot confusing. And it also makes the other thing. So, what I can do is just have it like this and I think I should increase the size here. Yeah, this is good. Uh, and then I can do this for the obsidian window. and it is working good. Okay, starting with chapter 1, C++. What this chapter covers is why it is relevant, when is it useful, and what we need to know before reading the book, and how will this bootstrap our knowledge of C++, and what we will learn in this book. I think what I'm going to do is make, oh, sorry about that. Okay, so this I just discovered that we can't basically do this. So yeah, uh, if I do chapter 1, why is C++ relevant? Yeah, why is it useful? What we will learn in this book, how this will help us bootstrap our knowledge of C++. What we need to know before reading this book. Let's go. That is cool. We have defined our chapter 1 main headlines. So okay, cool. So chapters are basically named. C++ is an old but evolving language, and in programming we can use it. You can use it for almost anything, and will find its application in many places. In fact, C++ inventor described it as the invisible foundation of everything. Oh yeah, I forgot about this thing. My current camera went down. I have to bring it up. Yeah, this is good. Have to remember that this does not happen. Okay, so how far? Like, okay, it's not that. Described it as the creator himself described the book like the programming language as the invisible foundation of everything, and it might be C++. Sometimes it might be present deep inside a library for another language because it can be used for performance critical paths. Furthermore, it can run in small embedded systems, or it can power video games, and even your browser might be using the language. C++ is almost everywhere. So why is C++ relevant? The founder himself has claimed it to be the invisible foundation of everything. It is present deep inside any other library code used for performance performance critical use for performance critical parts. can also run in small embeddable devices too. Many browsers also use this language. Doesn't make any changes that much. Anyways, so language is compiled and targeted at specific architectures such as a PC, mainframe, embedded device, bespoke hardware, or anything else we can think of. If we need our code to be run on different types of machines, we can recompile it as well. Okay. It has its pros and cons. Basically, different configuration can give you more maintained, but compiling to a specific architecture gets you down to the metal. So, if we go for cross compatibility, we will have more data and more configurations uh, maintain. But if we go for a particular architecture, suppose x84 Windows, x86 maybe Linux Unix system kernel, then we will get down to the metal, and that will allow us the speed advantage. Okay, this is a very good pros and cons system thing. Whatever platform you target, you will need a compiler, so you will also need an editor or integrated development environment. We know all this to write C++. C++ stems from C, which has similar advantage but is a lower language. If you recognize C++ as the increment operator, you will realize that the language very name suggests it as a successor to C. Great. We can avoid the depths of pointer and memory allocation because with C++ by writing higher level of code. You can equally drop down to C or even assembly language in C++ code. Although it was never intended to take over the world or even replace C, it does provide many new ways to approach coding. For example, we can create surprising number of things at compile time using type safe features rather than preprocessor macros often used in C. So what I can do is take this line here. Mm, I am going to copy link to selection and I'm going to, yeah, the biggest advantage. I wouldn't say it is a advantage, but uh, 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 the biggest uh, uh, the fact why language why C++ succeeded C by a lot can be explained through this point. So the purpose of this is basically to make sure that we make personal facts known to us. Yeah, so if I now go to this, yeah, this is highlighted. Let's go. We have progress and wow, no many people joining, whatever. Mm, okay, so right now, how, how much has it been since we started? It's 54 minutes already. Uh, I will continue this for another hour as well. So yeah, moving on, we can also underpin diverse technology through this language, which includes compilers and interpreters for other languages. Okay, so yeah, it is proven and known that we can write compiler and languages for another languages. and even C++ compilers themselves. Yeah, we can create another. This will be a cool project idea, like creating a C++ compiler. We can also develop libraries for use in other languages, write games, price financial instruments, do much more. If you ever typed a make at a prompt, you were probably using C++ without knowing it. Yes, this is one of the proven, like one of the fact which I came across in at once a time. I discovered make through a Python project, but I couldn't understand, like I understand that make does some like makefile command run execution, but what was it making and how it works. After a little bit of search, make is basically C++ code under the hood. I was blown away at that time. We can develop libraries and also type, if you ever type make at a prompt. Okay, so C++ may power your browser or e-reader if you are reading this book in digital form, or it may have been used to write device drivers for your machine. Okay, the book will give you a firm grounding in a handful of C++ language and library features. Each chapter will walk through a small self-contained project and focusing on one area. Along with each chapter main feature, the other parts of the language will be covered. For example, if you fill a container such as a vector or an array, you may also want a way to display and manipulate its contents. Thus, the next chapter focuses on vectors but also introduce range and lambdas as well as using format to display output. Hmm. By gradually building up your repertoire. Okay, word which I want to know. What does this mean actually? I am actually going to do one another thing is basically write some here. Uh, the language allows us to write compilers and interpreters for any other programming language has been written uh, as well, and we can also build a C++ compiler in its own language. Uh, okay. Uh, yeah, okay, so forgot about this. I was actually searching the word. Okay. Repertoire basically is or repertory. Rep repertory. Yeah, I hope this is the correct pronunciation. Repertory is the list or set of works a person or company is accustomed to performing. Whether the English or French spelling is used has no bearing, but it was the French word with an accent of the first E repertory that first took hold in 1847, derived from late Latin and repertorium, readiness or preparedness of persons or companies to perform certain works, giving rise to an identifiable standard repertory. So the way I understand it, the word basically means is the list or set of work upon person, individual or organization is in habitual of performing, such as playlist, uh, no, sorry, no, such as like theater, chamber music, ballet, opera, those kind of recitals, piano. They are performing arts, and those who perform these performing arts are very well skilled and can perform their art anywhere if it requires. So I think I'm going to do Why does it not work properly for I keep doing this. If not for C++, we could not have generics in Java and she hash with hash. Okay, yeah. Uh, Ideas do flow in both directions. C++ also takes on board ideas from other languages, including the functional programming idioms such as lambdas. So lambdas, I believe, is also in Python, but it's basically a range filtration type of function. Next up, we have recent standards injected new life into C++, which allows us to. Oh, I have lost. Where was I? Ah, yeah. The recent standards injected new life into C++, causing lots of excitement. Companies that have been using C++ for years may previously relied on basic. Okay, they companies that have been using C++ for years may previously have relied on in-house libraries to support features that are now part of core language. Upgrading to a newer standard can be hard work, but it means more people will be able to work on the code base. Getting up to speed with a niche implementation, in addition to changes in the technology stack in business, there are now several conferences devoted to C++ along with podcasts and blog as a new cohort gets involved. Okay, great. It has a reputation for being very hardcore and Greeks arguing about difficult stuff and oh sorry, I meant this geeks arguing about difficult stuff and being mean to newbies and each other. Partially unfair, but includes CPP group tries to be inclusive and welcoming. Okay, so there are many different groups. Let me just quickly. Okay, Brave just dropped me a good wallpaper. So, where was I? Yeah. Include CPP, current scholarship oh no no no. It's who are we? Include CPP is a global, inclusive, and diverse community for developers interested in C++. Here we can find a welcoming space to learn C++ and also provide resources to create fast, safer, and more inclusive community gatherings. Okay, that's cool. Let me just quickly go through this Discord group. Recent changes. If you knew C++ before C11, you might be intimidated by changes. In fact, if you spend time catching up in Blink, you still missed a lot. Fear not. Although C++ may resemble riding a bicycle, it hurts if you follow. C++ doesn't have to be painful. A grounding in C++ will make other languages and approaches easier to understand too. Furthermore, it is so pervasive that it will never go away. It's mostly useful to understand it a little. You will never know all of it. Even Bijan himself is reputed to have said he'd hit himself at 7 out of 10, rate himself at 7 out of 10 on C++ knowledge. So fear not. To be a good programmer, you don't have to know every detail. Yes, you just have to know enough as a basis to learn more, which is more important. If you bootstrap your understanding now, you will also find it easier to keep up. C++ has grown over time. Initially, C++ was C with classes introducing the keyword new along with delete and class, but idea of construction and the idea of construction and deconstructors. These are functions that run automatically when an object is created and when it goes out of scope or is deleted. Unlike garbage collected languages such as C hash and Java, you have control over an object's lifetime. Proponents of garbage collected languages sometimes deride C++, claiming it evolves too easy to end up with memory leaks. Now you don't need to use new and delete, and since C++ has smart pointers to help with memory management. Language has evolved over time, adding various new features. It remains relatively compact, although it has grown since it began. Language, like all others, is what you make of it. You can write terrible code in any language, but you can also write beautiful code in any language. You need to learn. You just need to learn how. Hmm. This was a very good point. I will remember this. You can write very bad code in any language, or you can also write very good, beautiful code in any language without, but you have to at least learn writing the code. Great. Hmm. That is great. Great code. By trying out code as you read this book, you will end up with some small programs to play with. They will cover various aspects of the language, giving you a firm grounding. You will see how C++ can be awesome. There are rivals to C++, and yet C++ stays in power. It consistently remains at the top of TO, whatever. What is this TO index? TO index for August 2026. What even is TO? Hmm. TO is a quality network. It has a rating going on here. I don't suppose I understand it properly, but I think yeah, there are many other like programming rating services or channels available to us. It was marked among the top three in 2022. It still is. You could use C instead, but you will see stars pointers being represented with an abstract character. If you want a data structure, if you want a data structure beyond an array, you will have to roll your own. Ah, yes, I do understand. In C++, we don't have to roll our own data structures. Besides, uh, I hope this makes sense. Yeah. If I also, we can also use a high performance Fortran for extremely fast computation. The UK Met Office uses the Fortran for their weather modeling because they have a vast amount of data to crunch in a very short time. Fortran also loiters in many academic institutions. I think, yeah, this is going to keep having. So you may have seen or used it if you are an academic. No, I was a student till last year, graduated. However, it is a little niche. You are more likely to come across some C++ code in the wider world. Very new languages have been invented aiming to deal with C++ defects or annoyances. D feels similar to C++ because of the C-like syntax and high-level constructs. Okay, so this is not something I know. D Pro, oh man, like Brave is giving really good random browser background wallpapers. Sorry about that. Let me just quickly do a dive of D programming language. It is a purpose. Oh wait, let me. I'm there. And we are back. So D is a general purpose programming language with static typing, system level access, and C-like syntax. With D programming language, we can write fast, read fast, and run fast code. Okay. What else we have? It is industry proven, used in Netflix, eBay, Funwreck, Symmetry Investments, Open Sounds, and Weka. Let me just do this tour D-land. Wow, yeah, this is very similar to what C has. It is kind of like Python plus C had a combined child. When was this launched? When was this launched? Deprogramming? Designed by Walter Bright, Andre Alexandrescu since 2007. First appeared 2001, 8 December, 24 years ago. Wow, cool. Okay, so moving forward. Mm, D feels similar to C++ because of C-like syntax and high-level construct. It was invented to deal with aspect of C++ the creators didn't like. Meanwhile, C++ continues to evolve, but it always aimed to remain backward compatible. So it is constrained by historical decisions. Yeah, yeah, that is true. New languages don't have a legacy and thus have more freedom. Okay, I don't quite understand what this are saying, but I do get the gist that C++ advancements is like relatively restricted to some areas because of the decisions taken in the early days, but new languages don't have those kind of constructs. Okay, so they have more freedom. Go, Objective-C, Swift, Rust, and recently Carbon also rival C++ in some areas. Okay, I am like interested in learning all these languages. The more I find out, the more I am intrigued. Implementation language C++. So I think Carbon is also a language like C family language member. It is experimental. Okay. Uh, Carbon language readme says that it is experimental successor to C++. Okay, it works fast with C++ and performs matching C++ using LLVM. Okay, let's not get sidetracked here. Let's just continue. Um, that's fine, but learning several languages and thinking about what make a programmer life easier is a good thing. Many times, new ideas introduced into C++ latest standards are based on insights of other languages. As new languages are introduced, okay, yeah, remains prevalent and often takes on board any challenges that present. C++ isn't going anywhere away anytime soon. You can get involved and submit bug reports or suggestions to if you like. Volunteers who work hard to improve the language. ISO CPP provide detail on how to get involved. If you learn C++, you will have a solid foundation for other languages. Similarity to other languages can help you quickly pick up how to use them. You will get familiar with some data structures and algorithms as well as various paradigms ranging from functional programming, object-oriented code, and if you don't end up on the standard committee, okay. When should you use the we can use C++ for anything, but most use cases are more sensible than others. Prototype some machine learning or run a statistic calculation. It might be quickest to start in Python and use existing libraries. Of course, those libraries may include some C++. If you feel confident enough to look at the source for a library to figure out why a bug happens, you have a head start on other programmers. Okay. Uh, this doesn't cover anything like that, but I am going to take this. When should you use to write calculation probability? It wasn't probability, was it? It was statistics or machine learning algo rhythm maybe. Yeah, actually there have been couple of videos where devs have built an entire reinforcement machine learning library from scratch in C. Next up, what is they are talking about? Yeah, I Python does have libraries, and Python's libraries do have C++ code, and those libraries, if we feel confident enough to look at the source for a library to figure out why a bug happens, we already have a head start on other programmers. Okay. I'm going to close this particular tab, Carbon language. If someone needs a program with a front end, be that a website or a local program with a GUI interface, you can build the whole thing in C++, which is exactly true because T. Soding, a famous developer who streams on Twitch and YouTube, has done the same thing on live streams. The stream was titled like doing GUI in C++ to piss off React apps, that kind of thing. I don't know, but yeah, that was the main gist. You could build the whole thing in C++, but it might be easier to split up the software. C++ doesn't support just GUIs in core language, unlike say C hash, so the front end would require an external library, such as a cross-platform C++ library Qt. Okay. We can also write the front end in something completely different and call the C++ code as a service or library. So given that you might start in another language or to try out an idea or build a part of your application in another tool chain, when should you use C++? This is actually a very important question. Uh, if I want a first-person shooter style game, we can try to write it in JavaScript, but using a language that compiles to the hardware is more sensible. An interpreted language will be slower than a compiled language, which I think is the basic nature of the languages for interpreted. Uh, C++ therefore frequently used to write the game engine, render the graphics, work out the physics, detect collisions, and provide sound and artificial intelligence for bots. A scripting language might call into this engine, but the engine's power speed often comes from C++, squeezing every inch of power out of a top-end graphics card or another component of an expensive gaming rig. This makes C++ suitable for high-performance computing, HPC, financial application, embedded devices, and robotics. Uh, uh, I am going to add this point. Okay. Since because C++ takes you Okay, so we are right now on fifth page. We have to go to 12, and right now I am going to check. Okay, yeah. Because C++ take you close to metal, you can break things, and it's possible to break an embedded device if you're not careful. Rendering the machine inoperable. Yeah. Acha, okay, so I had it halfway. If you are not capable, we can also make the machine inoperable, like never able to much work again. And you are likely to manage that if you write a program to run on your laptop or computer. Okay. It might crash, proudly announcing a segmentation fault. The famous keywords are similar on the way out. Uh, an embedded device without an operating system is different. If it's only running one program without an operating system and that goes wrong, bad things can happen. That's okay too. The creator himself once said that if you never fail, you are not trying hard enough. Although the language allows you to use raw pointers and potentially step over memory bounds or invoke undefined behavior, this book will steer you away from danger. Just remember, it has been said that with great powers give great responsibility. With enough of a solid foundation, you can program responsibly, learn lots of and have fun. Yeah, that is the goal. Learn with fun. Although C does, the language doesn't support several things natively, such as unit testing, GUI coding, or even networking that nearly made it into C++ 2. Okay, this is new. I didn't know this. I thought C++ already had networking code support and might make it into a future standard. That would be awesome if it makes into the new feature standard of. We can do things using a suitable third-party library with the core C++ language does provide language does provide a large and thought through standard library. If you are using C and wanted a normal distribution of random numbers, you would need to just offer a mathematic book or read what Donald Knuth. Another thing which we are going to search, Donald Knuth, born January. Okay, he's an American computer scientist and mathematician, professor emeritus at Stanford. He is a 1974 recipient of the. Okay, so great. Uh, read what it has to say on the matter. If you need a lookup table, you can use C++ standard map, but in C you have to write your own. In fact, you get stacks, queues, heaps, and almost every data structure you can think of on C++ out of the box, along with a vast number of algorithms. That is cool. This means learning C++ provides a solid foundation for understanding other languages. Yeah. If you need to do a lot of number crunching quickly, C++ is a great choice. Modern language version also support a variety of random number distribution, as you will see in this book, making it relatively easy to set up a variety of complicated simulations. Even without using the latest and greatest parts of the language, you can build some serious application in C++. Okay, so we don't have to like know the end goal, like end game stuff. For example, the MRC Center for Global Infectious Disease Analysis, affiliated with Imperial College in United Kingdom, open source their C COVID-19 simulation model, which I am interested to know. Purely written in C, R, C, C++, Python, CMake, Shell, and many other languages. They built a proper model Simulation model. These models were used to decide public policy in United Kingdom during the pandemic. C++ does the heavy lifting and some scripts written in R are provided to display the results. Yeah, okay, I understand. So mainly they would use C to write the model and crunch the numbers and have the other languages to support for GUI and data analysis and data distribution showcase purposes for that. The language is often described as a multi-paradigm language. Do I need to do this? It's suppose object-oriented and are allowed to write free functions too. We can write low-level procedural code if we want, and we can also use generics, templates, functional style programming. Man, you can do anything with C++. You can even do template meta programming, TMP, making the compiler do calculations for you. Playing. This was an accidental discovery presented by Erwin Unruh at a C++ community meeting in 1994. He demonstrated a program that didn't compile but rather printed out the prime numbers in the compiler error message. Playing with TMP can be fun to explore and push to extremes, but simpler cases can give faster runtime with type-safe compiler evaluated constants. Why not? I guess I am going to add this as a key takeaways stuff. यही था ना TMP template meta programming and accidental discovery. More details here. Can be a fun topic to explore on. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so it is already 12 and the timer has gone till 1:40. I think I'm going to call this a day here. This was a very fun interactive session. So yeah, this was learning C++ by example by Francis Bontempo. Yeah, thank you everyone. I will see you all in the next stream session, which will be tomorrow. I think I didn't had a need of this new Vim editor, but yeah, whatever.